My name is Elliot. I'm in my 20s and I don't have a job, and I've been stuck in my house for the last 2 months, but a new Paper Mario game just dropped, so please just let me have this, Nintendo. Yes, that's right. I woke up this morning to the news that a new Paper Mario game was coming, and instead of recording my reaction like a smart person would do, I decided to just sit there agape as bits of egg sandwich fell out of my mouth. Why, you may ask, do I care so much about Paper Mario? A predictably condescending question, but it's one that I will answer with the utmost sincerity. Paper Mario on the N64 was an absolutely fantastic RPG, and its sequel on the GameCube expanded on it in every way, making it one of the best games I've ever played, if not the best. These two games simultaneously simplified and expanded on the mechanics we'd seen in other RPGs. The numbers in battles were kept low for easier planning, and there was a lot of customization you could do by equipping different badges. The series up to this point was this perfect package of everything a video game could be. It had this lovable wit and charm to it, with a lot of new characters that we hadn't seen in other Mario games before. But Nintendo didn't seem satisfied having one of the most critically acclaimed RPGs of all time, and they wanted to shake things up a bit by ruining everything. Super Paper Mario released in 2007, and listen, I actually really enjoyed that game. It definitely wasn't the RPG we all hoped it would be, but as a standalone experience, it was a totally fun platformer with an interesting and unique story. Where things really got derailed was with the release of Sticker Star. This also wasn't an RPG, but unlike Super, it also wasn't anything else. At all. The story of the game was pared down to basically nothing. There were no characters aside from generic red toads, and the main villain didn't even speak once. That's to say nothing of the actual gameplay. Battles required you to use up disposable resources, but rewarded you with absolutely nothing, meaning your best weapon throughout the game was to run away from every battle. This made a lot of fans really unhappy, and your average game company would learn from a misstep like this. But Nintendo is special. They'd already gotten halfway through the development of the sequel to Sticker Star before the bad press actually got in, and so they just pretended this was what we wanted all along. They just put a brief clip of the game in the Nintendo Direct of that month. No build-up, no fanfare, they just unceremoniously plopped the trailer down into our laps as though it was a new Picross game and walked away. For what it's worth, it may as well have been. All of the problems I mentioned were still in this one. They also talked about how much of a great action-adventure game series Paper Mario had always been. From the beginning! Never was an RPG, never was anything more than it is now. Years have passed since then, and if our pleas weren't heard by Nintendo, then the sales numbers must have been. These last two games didn't sell anywhere near as well, and it wasn't a mystery to anyone as to why. Not to the players, at least. But now Nintendo has a new chance. Paper Mario the Origami King is releasing on July 17th, just 2 months away. The trailer simultaneously looks exactly like the last two, and nothing like them. It has the same arts and crafts aesthetic, but there's definitely a darker underlying tone. If nothing else, we can definitely expect a good story out of this one. The gameplay worries me, however. The battle system doesn't look like Color Splash, but it also doesn't look like the first two games. It seems like it uses this weird ring system, where the enemies are positioned all around you and you've got to rotate the rings to align them. I don't know how it's supposed to work, but if it offers more strategy, then that's definitely a good thing. Hopefully battles will be fun and rewarding, instead of the alternative. I'm also worried about the characters. What we've seen so far seems neat, but I'm also not seeing any new character designs here. It looks like Bowser will be accompanying us for at least some of the game, but I've got no idea if this means that partners are back. I have a sneaking suspicion that they aren't. There's this Bob-omb guy that we see tagging along in a few scenes, but he seems pretty generic. But I am looking forward to seeing Bowser. He's one of my favorite Nintendo characters. So, what do I think overall? I have no idea. There's a lot of things to be excited about, but it seems like there's equally as much to be worried about. I can't resolve the feelings I have about this game in any other way than recording and editing together a weird rant about it. I'm left with a lot of weird questions. Will Paper Mario the Origami King be good? Possibly. Will it be a return to form? Maybe. Should I play Color Splash again in preparation? No. One final question I have is to you guys. Should I make more videos like this? It's certainly nice to talk about the things that I have an interest in, but if you'd rather just see cartoons on this channel, then let me know. If it helps, I've been cooking up a new cartoon that I think you'll enjoy. Be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so that you don't miss it. Anyhow, that's all I really have to say on the matter. See ya!